On this week's edition of Out of Bounds, we'll go into the best and worst from Week 7 of the NFL, the NBA's top 75 anniversary team, who should have been left off the team, who should have been in that person's place, and also, what would you do if you had caught Tom Brady 600 touchdown ball? Would you give it back to him, or would you try to work out King's ransom for it? All this and more on this week's edition of Out of Bounds. Hey, welcome to episode 24,
What
the
do you
Kobe
do?
edition of the Outta Bounds podcast. As you guys can see, we try something a little bit different, try to shake it up a bit. You know, I go by the name of the Delta Fashionista. Our man in the middle, Donnie, he's not here with us because he's sick this week. So our MVP, he's gonna be out for this week. So we wish him nothing but the best and speedy recovery. But we got our guy, our young blood, Mr. Noel Austin, aka Third Eye, aka Mr. Euro Step to Your Girl, and Mr. Cornrow Noli. Wait,
Hey
that was
man,
trash.
hey man, talk to him.
Cornrow Noli.
I had to get the AI braid up. Since Donovan wasn't here, I had to step up in my role in the show. I had to get a little braid up before I came on. So I had to change it up a little bit. It's getting cold. Beard's growing a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Gotta
That,
get that protective hairstyle in. Gotta make sure the afro come out nice.
yeah. That Cornrow Noli was improvised, ladies and gentlemen. So if that was corny, then
Cornrow, and he said, "But we ball." He said, "Hey, we ball." It came and went, but nah, I fuck with the cornrows.
Hey man, so say like, how you been? How you been, my guy?
Hey man,
What's new with
living,
you?
surviving. I think every time I come on, I just say living, surviving because like I really just be living and surviving. I just going to school, going to college, coming back. That's it, man. I be coming back. We just had homecoming week at Georgia State. I'm mad at Georgia State. I'm gonna take a minute. This is nationally syndicated. This is nationally broadcast. Georgia State University. Fix your homecoming. Why are we in the city of Atlanta and we got rich kids and maybe Waka Flocka, right? Clark Atlanta University had G Herbo, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Dream Doll. They damn near have Rolling Loud at Clark Atlanta. And Georgia State was just like, maybe we got rich kids, maybe we got Waka Flocka. I don't know. It was disappointing. Me coming from HBCU, shout out Fort Valley State University, you know what I'm saying? The real blue and gold. At least they had Young Nudie. I came from HBCU where at least you gonna get somebody. Georgia State just had nobody. It was disrespectful. Everybody was in my Twitter bitches because I said the same thing. They're in my Twitter bitches talking about, you want Georgia State to be an HBCU? No, I do not. It's just get someone that can perform that's decent that we care about. Like, but yeah, no. Besides,
so man, who performed again?
I think they had like rich kids and then like Waka Flocka. If you're not from the city, you don't really know. If you're not from the South, at least, and you're not from Atlanta, rich kids, you don't really not gonna know who them niggas are. I'm gonna just keep it a beat. And then Waka Flocka, probably the only person you probably would know on the lineup, and that was it. And all these kids are like 18 to 21. They're like, why? Like, we don't care about these niggas.
So, they don't fuck with Hard in the Paint.
Hard in the Paint, no. Like, listen,
Please tell me he performed that.
I didn't go to the concert because I didn't care to go to the concert. I didn't go. I don't think a lot of people went to the concert because no one wants to see them niggas. Like, actually, Waka Flocka cool. I've met Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka cool. I'll go see Waka Flocka. I was just not in the mood. It was just I saw rich kids, and 80 school. That's a small school in the South. Rich kids is always gonna be there. Like Fort Valley State always had rich kids, so it's like I've seen rich kids like 3 times. I'm like I've already seen these niggas. I don't want to see them again. But yeah, I mean it's cool, but just again, you have kids that are like 18 to 22. Like we want G Herbo, we want at least Jack Harlow. Like Jack Harlow went to Georgia State. Harlow. Like I would have been cool with Jack. I would not. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having Jack Harlow. If it was just Jack Harlow and Drewski came to like be Drewski, I'm cool with that. Cause they both from Jack Harlow is not from Atlanta. He's from Louisville, Kentucky, but Jack Harlow does spend
the bluegrass state,
basically. But Jack Harlow do spend a lot of time in Atlanta, so Like they could have just did better. It was trash. So yeah, besides homecoming being trash, your boy been chilling, getting work done, living life,
Hold,
chilling.
hold on, Tom. It's crazy. Like I just now realizing this. You, you go to Georgia State University.
Yeah, you just the amount of times I've talked about Fort Valley State. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
you
guys
want to talk
touched on it.
about your HBCU?
Yeah, I've talked about Fort Valley State. I've been talking about yes, I would transfer from Fort Valley State
Bro,
to
that
Georgia State.
school is like a pipeline for true culture.
For real?
Yo, we got so many people at Georgia State University here.
That's wild. Cause hey man, yeah,
That's like
Georgia
our
State.
factory.
That's your factory.
Yeah, that's our factory.
I'm semi in the factory because I I'm semi in the factory. I still went to Fort Valley. I ain't fully I'm fully immersed in the Georgia Stateness, but it's cool. It's alright.
Yeah. Speaking of alright, let's go on to like week
Speaking of alright,
7.
week 7, kind of lackluster, if you ask me.
Yeah, man. Like, especially for me as a Ravens fan, like we got our ass whooped.
Man,
We
I'm
got
looking at
our
the
ass whooped.
scores now.
Like Sissy, they killed us, man. 41-17. Like the defense didn't
Uh,
show up. Offense started off sluggish. So I know we do like best and worst. So I'm gonna just start with the bad, work my way up to the good. My worst of the
mm,
week is my Baltimore Ravens. You know, we did not play up to expectations. It looked like we were just looking forward to the bye week because this week 8 is our bye week. You know, we get some time to get some players. You know, that nursing banged up some injuries, get them fresh and ready. Hopefully for week 9, guys like Derek Wolf. I know Jimmy Smith is a little nagged up right now. We just got back with Rashad Bateman. You know, he played 2 games for us. You know, we're trying to work him into the offense and all that. And Lamar's literally been carrying us. Like
by a
him,
thread.
him and our kicker Justin Tucker. Like God knows what we would be without them 2 dudes, man. So
Hey man, that man got super glue for the Ravens. That man is holding y'all together. He is trying his hardest.
yeah,
He's trying his hardest to not let y'all fail at all. He's like, nah. Because honestly, with the Ravens, if the Ravens fail, it's all gonna be on Lamar Jackson back. Like he is this
for
terrible
sure.
player. So
And
like
plus the
he's like
media, seem to hate him anyway. Like Stephen A. Smith, like always talking shit on Lamar. So like,
Stephen A.
oh,
Smith turned into a house slave. Because I don't understand what he be doing no more. It don't make no sense to me.
I mean, I don't, I hear you, but I'm careful with using the term because now Stephen A. Smith and also Jason Whitlock, who also get kind of
Ooh,
like placed in that whole
Jason.
Uncle Ruckus
Oh
type
no,
of
Jason
role.
Whitlock, he's a super Uncle Ruckus. That man is like Uncle Ruckus himself would be like, "Yo, you doing too much." Like I didn't know you was
but
like this.
but I would say this though, guys like Stephen A. and Jason Whitlock are necessary. They're necessary
That's
in the black
true.
community and in black sports media because they offer like a counterpoint in regards to like what's deemed to be like the status quo among black media analysts would come down to like covering the NBA or the NFL.
Mm.
They also want to side with the black man, side with the black sister, and and although like we want uniformity in that regard, but it's always great to get like some countering perspectives from people that look like us, you know. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that could be
Stephen A. Smith does a good job at that too. He definitely has his own opinions. It's not like just black, like you said, a uniform, a concise, like, oh, this is what we're like. He definitely like, the weed jokes where he's like, lay off the weed, but
say
you would
off the
yeah, like
weed.
you would expect like a black answer, yeah, it's just weed, but he's like, no, like you're a professional athlete though. So, like you said, I mean, honestly, from that perspective, yeah, you do need a an antagonist, or not. I want to say antagonist, but you do need a different perspective to kind of go off of because if every black analyst is just like, yeah, okay, they all agreed, then what's the difference between everybody if we all just
Yeah,
uniformly agree to this one
yeah,
thing?
that's where dialogue starts when everybody agrees. You know,
Yeah,
like I mean, like look at this show, fans. We don't always agree on every single topic.
no,
You know, like my best player in the NBA might be different from your best player in the NBA. You know,
yeah.
who I think belongs in the NBA top 75, more on that later, might be different than who you might think belongs in the NBA top 75.
Yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean?
So yeah, I mean, it definitely adds a different dynamic. I think that's I think that's needed. So Stephen A. Smith, he is bubbling on that line of like Uncle Tom, because I've heard a lot of people call him like, yo, he's Uncle Tom now, and I was like, ooh, I was just
That far.
but hey, Stephen A. Smith, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say you that bad. I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna do all that. But people say, the streets talking, and it's not good. Say the streets is talking and say you kind of an Uncle Tom. I'm just relaying the message. I'm just relaying the message. It's not my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
But week 7, I would say the worst performers. I think New York Giants, not Giants, Jets.
Oh
Whew,
yeah.
Jets.
That
Nah.
was gonna be, if I didn't say my rating, that was gonna be mine, because like goddamn, Zach Wilson gonna be out for a few weeks. They had to trade for Joe
Trade for Joe
Flacco,
Flacco,
a quarterback that they had last year.
and
They
he
basically
just
had to
back
trade to bring him back.
for Zach Wilson. Joe
Or
Flacco
was
was
it 2
probably like
years ago?
laughing,
Something like
like,
that.
y'all think y'all just go bring me back and we go act like that didn't happen? Like, we just go act like y'all didn't trade me away to get this kid who just got injured? All right, cool. But yeah, no, Jets.
Yeah, mess.
All I can say is just sell the team at this point. Because what, what's their purpose? Like, was the Jets like?
I mean, even a vaccine suck. I hate the Johnson.
Like, I don't.
For those that don't know, the Johnsons own the New York Jets. The same people that make Johnson and Johnson's baby oil, and
That
that's it,
makes a lot of
Johnson
sense.
Johnson's
This makes
vaccine.
a lot more sense.
Same owners.
It's all making sense now. It's all kind of going together. But like, yeah, y'all should be terrible. Like, if y'all are good, it's like, but the vaccine isn't. I don't
It's
think it
crazy
does.
because I literally got on Gang Green Jets color. This is not a Jets hoodie and shit, but I
Hey
know it's
man,
the exact same colors.
hey man, same man. But but yeah, no, worst performance, definitely the Jets. Like, I just think at this point the Jets are cursed. I just think they are. They can't keep a good quarterback. They just can't keep a good quarterback. It seems like they can never really have a good cohesive just team that just plays and like clicks. Um, I don't even think it's a head coach. I don't even know what the problem is. Like last year with Adam Gase, it was, oh, the coach is terrible, which he was. Okay, cool. We got a decent coach now. You got a high draft pick quarterback
That
in
was the
Zach
roster. The
Wilson.
roster is terrible.
I mean, yeah, they don't have any receivers. I mean, you have what?
No,
Not
no,
Elijah,
no, they do. Elijah Moore, Corey Davis,
Denzel Mims.
Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Braxton Berrios. Yeah, they got a good crew, a good
We
core.
have to have an episode where we just try to help the Jets, because that's a whole episode in itself. Like, just try to debunk why are they so bad is a whole episode in of itself. But yeah, worst performance, Jets. Like, you made the Patriots look like they had Tom Brady again. So I don't know what to tell you, because that was terrible. I probably watched like 5 minutes and I was just like, yeah, this is just not. I don't care about this. But because the
Right
Chargers have a bye week, so I was like, yeah,
now, okay. So, would you say like, all right, that's not your worst. Who's your best performance? Would you say from week 7? It could be a
best
team, it could be a player. Like, who's your best performance?
best performance, Cardinals. So I'm not on the Cardinals bandwagon, but I think the Cardinals have been. I always say the Cardinals, like, because every podcast, every episode we've had, I'm always like, yo, Cardinals, Cardinals, Cardinals. And I always say that because, like I said, I think a
You even
podcast
got on
ago,
Cardinal Red.
I really do. Hey, shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not a bandwagon or anything. I just fuck with Kyler Murray. But like I said, when they drafted Kyler Murray, I was like, give him 2 years. And he's gonna, because he just need to get acclimated. Because again, you're undersized quarterback with a team that was rebuilding. I was like, yeah, give Kyler Murray and the Cardinals like 2 years. I think I tweeted that somewhere. I'm about to go find it. And if you don't follow me, I'm the No Awesome on Twitter. But
Hey,
uh
plug
but I
yourself,
did.
young blood.
Hey man, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? We talk about sports on there, fashion, you know what I'm saying? A little something, something. But I think I tweeted, it was like, yeah, give Kyler Murray 2 years and they're probably gonna be playoff bound. And I think that's what we're seeing now is Kyler Murray's being comfortable. He's on a comfortable team with a good coach, a new coach, well, not a new coach, but a younger coach, a pretty decent squad. He has a lot of weapons. Like, I didn't even know AJ Green was on the Cardinals. I didn't think he was still playing. They have
Yeah,
AJ Green. I was like,
he
when
found
did
a
they have?
fountain youth over there.
They really got, and then they just got Zach Ertz from the Philadelphia for some reason. Why they gave up Zach Ertz, I don't know. But Kyler Murray has all the weapons. He has he's a good offensive line. Like, This dude's like, oh, I'm good. So yeah, shout out
Yeah,
to the Cardinals
they decent. I still think the Rams are the best team in that division, and
in
yes,
that
I'm
division.
biased. And yes, I'm biased because I'm a Rams fan too. But even though I'm not that biased because the Rams aren't my best from week 7. My best from week 7 is actually the Cincinnati Bengals, the team that beat my Baltimore Ravens, because that was a statement game. That was a statement game because the Cincinnati Bengals, they're what right now? They're 5-2, and
Yeah, 5-2.
they lost 2 games by what I think a combined 6 points or 16 points, something like that. It's between 6 to 16 points. For those of you out there when you watch this video, y'all could feel free to comment and let me know which one it falls on. But I know it's right in the middle between those areas. But Joe Burrow, amazing game. Jamar Chase, dude's looking like the rookie of the year right now. He's one of the top leads in receiving yards, touchdowns. He's killing it. You know, they still got T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. The defense, again, after the quarterback, they got like more sacks right now through 7 games than they had all of last year. So I just feel like it's their time, you know. That was a
It's
statement performance
it's
because
been a long way. No,
Baltimore has owned them for the past 3 years. Lamar Jackson never lost a game in the month of October. So you guys that came into Baltimore and walked us at home. That's my best of the week.
no, I mean that's a good. I mean that's a good best of the league because the Bengals have been I would say the laughing stock of the league for years. Like I remember when I was like in elementary school and they were still bad. It's been a while that I saw the Bengals in somewhat of a good light in the media and a decent record at that. So, hats off to the Bengals in getting a team and a squad that wants to play and has pride in playing for the Bengals. Because there's been
Yeah.
years there's been seasons I've seen like it's like they don't care. They just show up like they just don't care about this anymore. They're just there. It's just like, I do this on the weekends and I get paid for it. That was like the energy they were given a couple years ago. So, you
You
know,
know, if Darwin listens, he might laugh at this, but the Cincinnati Bengals for the past couple of years, they have been the Philadelphia 76ers. They went through the process. Like they sucked for a while because they want to get like these draft picks. And look at it, it's working on their favor. They
yeah.
got their
And
quarterback.
Donovan, if you're listening, it's working because they trust the players and they build around them.
Yeah.
That's how it works. When you
And the
draft
coach
players,
and the coach is not throwing players under the bus.
egg. Exactly. We're looking at you, Philadelphia 76ers. We're looking at you because this is what
Yes.
happens when you
Exactly.
actually care about your players.
Exactly. For sure.
When
Yo, Tyra's gonna be so pissed.
oh man, we'll never get invited to the 76ers game.
Man, fuck Philly. Straight like that. No. Hold on,
Yeah. You gotta say
I
that
know some cool,
the Dream Chasers gonna come after
Philly
you.
niggas. I know some cool Philly niggas. Shout out to King Saladin. You know, like he always like he's part of the Tuck family, like one of the dopest artists out of Philly. You know, he's dope and shit. So I don't mean to just like a city. I'll say this though. Fuck Philadelphia, the Philadelphia 76ers. How about that?
Yeah,
Because the
because
fact that my favorite player, my dude who made the NBA's top 75, Allen Iverson, the fact that he does not have a front office position with that organization or he's been advocating for the longest, like how did you don't have a role for Allen Iverson? And he basically held y'all down post Dr. J. You know
basically
what I mean?
he kept them
Y'all
relevant.
haven't been to a conference final since AI left. Yeah, alone the
Yeah,
NBA finals.
yeah.
Like,
Wait,
come
didn't they?
on, man.
They have been to a conference finals. They played the
Not
Raptors.
conference semis. Conference semis.
Oh, we did beat them. Yikes, man! Shout out to Toronto.
Yeah.
Shout out to Toronto, man.
Remember when Kawhi hit that shot and then like bounced
Hey,
off the
man,
rim and then like the
that,
whole
that was
building
my
just
screensaver
went
for a minute.
quiet
That was my
and then when
screensaver
it
for a while.
and then Joel and B was crying off the court.
But he had his girl, bro. You know how
Yo,
devastated this
Donnie's
man
a
was. He
fool.
had his girl walk with him to the locker room to check. You know how devastated you gotta be to be a pro basketball. Your wife, your girl gotta come into the talk like, yo, you gotta go get dressed. They gotta fly you out of like this man was literally devastated and I loved every minute of it.
I
Shout
mean,
out
that's a
to
shitty way to lose.
shout out to Kawhi Leonard. Shout out to the Raptors. Shout out to the 416. Yeah, no, because that was amazing, and I loved every minute of it. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But speaking of the NBA's
No,
75.
actually, speaking of disappointments, the NBA 75th
Okay.
anniversary team. There
Okay,
we
good
go.
story. That's a good story. Because as I mentioned, my guy Alex is one of the 25 newest players to make the list. Um, I was under the mindset that due to because the 50th anniversary team came out in about what 1997. That's when you had guys like Bill Walton, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, MJ, George Gervin, Elgin Baylor, all those legends. Even a young Shaq was on the team, and Shaq only played like what 3-4 years at the time he was on the team. So yeah, so basically like, those guys all made the team. So you think, all right, cool, like we're in the new generation. You got your AI, you got your Kobe's, your T Max, your Vince Carter's, your Dwight Howard's, your LeBron's, D Wade, Steph Curry's. So you think, okay, well, like some of these old heads are gonna end up off the list. No, that did not happen. That did not happen. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys do not know the full roster of the NBA's 75th anniversary team, here it is as follows. Here are all of the names, right? One, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Would you say he deserves to be on the team, though? It- I know you didn't see him play. I'm really putting you on the spot.
Nah, you put in a young kid on the spot because I've never seen him. I didn't even see Michael Jordan play, but
But oh
Kareem.
god, I feel old.
No, 'cause I literally I've never to this day, I always say my Michael Jordan was Kobe Bryant. Not to say that Kobe what is better than Mike, because everyone's like, oh Kobe, it's like just
That was
chill
actually
out.
episode 1 of the Out of Bounds podcast where we had that debate, Jordan
Oh
versus
man,
Kobe.
but I think growing up for me, whoever who gave me that sensation that my dad got from watching Mike was Kobe Bryant. So for me, I grew up watching Kobe and LeBron. I never grew up watching Mike, so I can't really speak. I've seen him play, but I can't. But I haven't. I've seen him
All right,
play,
all
but
right.
whatever.
I'll
Kareem.
I'll tell you this about Kareem. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer.
Okay.
All-time leading scorer, and he's won at every level: high school, college, NBA. Like he's a 6-time NBA champion, so he has as many rings as MJ.
Okay.
He brought the Milwaukee. He helped bring the Milwaukee Bucks their first championship. Giannis, 50 years later, and his crew brought the second.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the greatest big men in Laker history as well.
I think he deserves to stay. I think.
Okay.
I think he deserves to stay.
All right. Me being like the old head, I see most of these guys play. So basically, I'm gonna be like the consensus. Like I'm gonna say, Ray Allen definitely deserves to be. Giannis, without question, deserves to be. Melo deserves to be. Nate Tiny Archibald, straight out of New York, he deserves to be. Paul Arizin, he's one of those dudes that played in the 1950s, but he has solid numbers. So I say, yeah.
Why? I don't know. It's just I guess what a lot of people like, I guess casuals or like people like that look at the list and you see like Paul Arizin is like, dog, who is that? Like, who's Paul Arizin? Like, you be on 2K, it's like, didn't he play for the Warriors? He played for somebody.
I think he played for the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken.
I swore he played for the Warriors. I think I'm wrong. One of us
I
is
think you
wrong.
think of. I think you think about Rick Barry. He played for the
Maybe,
Warriors.
but nah, cause I only go off 2K. But yeah, nah.
Wait, hold on. I think you're right.
I mean, hey,
You're right.
this
Oh shit.
21-year-old knows something. Hey man, I know my
He
basketball.
played for the Philadelphia Warriors.
Your boy knows something. Look at me. I know what I'm talking about. Maybe a
That
little bit.
that NBA 2K played off.
Hey, 2K, hey, 2K be put niggas on game. I'm just gonna keep you being. Without
Okay,
2K, I don't know. But
so
Paul
yeah,
Arizin, I don't
he
know.
averaged about 23 points per game for his career during
First
the
career.
time
Okay, yeah, he deserves that. This man was dropping 23 consistently.
during the time when there was no 3-point line. So
That
yeah,
means that man was driving to the damn. Yeah, nah. Okay, he earned his spot. I'll give him his credit.
Charles Barkley. I know people think of Charles Barkley as this funny fat dude on inside the NBA, but he is a beast. So if you love Zion Williamson's game, that's who Charles Barkley
Okay.
was in his prime. So Barkley definitely, Rick Barry definitely, Elgin Baylor definitely, Dave Bing. He done so much for the Detroit community. I think he was a mayor in Detroit. He also put
Dang.
up 20 in a game. So yeah, he
Anyone could be a
deserves.
mayor of Detroit. I'm sorry. Hey, it was easy. It's too easy. Shout out to Detroit. I love Detroit, but that was too
You
easy.
hear that Eminem? There's hope for
Hey,
you.
yo, chill. Yeah, I don't even like Eminem, so okay, whatever.
Me either.
You know, it's Big Sean.
That's one of Noel's favorite. I not Noel. Shit, you know. Oh, Donovan's
Wow,
favorite rapper.
wow, wow. Are we surprised? It's one of Donovan's favorite rappers. Like, does this surprise us at all? It's like, nah. But if we got Detroit rappers, Big Sean,
See,
Side the Baby, Royce the 5'9". I know my peoples. So shout out to Detroit. I love Detroit.
if I was a white man, that would have been racist.
I guess so. I mean, all he
Yeah,
does is
that's
rap
basically like
fast.
all black.
When
Nah,
am I playing? All you gotta say is, when am I playing his music? I know this is not a music podcast, but when is the appropriate time to play Eminem's music? I can't play it when we driving. My friend put it on in the car. We were driving somewhere. My name is like, I didn't want to listen to that. Like, what is this for? Like, put on Pooh Shiesty, like Lil Yachty, or like Lil Baby, Lil Durk, G Herbo, nigga, something. I play West Coast music. Like, who list? Like, I don't know. Eminem. I gotta vendetta with Eminem. Maybe I'll interview him one day and talk to him about it, but I don't know. I just never was an Eminem person. Like that shit. They just rap fast, but okay.
me
But
either, man.
Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant,
Larry Bird definitely, Kobe
yeah.
definitely, Will Chamberlain definitely, Bob Cousy definitely, Dave Cowens. Uh, I'll
Billy
say
Cunningham.
Billy Cunningham. Yeah, he was known as I think Kangaroo Jack or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know that
Like
nigga. Like I'm,
Billy
I'm not gonna
Cunningham.
hold you. I don't even know that nigga.
He
I don't
played for
even know him.
Philly, and he was also the head coach at Philly at one point. Steph Curry, without
Okay.
question. Anthony Davis. All right, now this is where I'm gonna
Ugh.
pause. I think it's too
I was
early.
about to say.
I think it's too early for Anthony Davis to be on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Dwight Howard can take Anthony Davis' spot, and I'll be okay with that.
See, Dwight Howard definitely deserves to be on this team, but I wouldn't necessarily say that he should take Anthony Davis' spot. There definitely is an old head who I feel whose spot he should take. But Anthony Davis, I mean, like if you're judging based off just talent alone, then okay, yeah. But I feel like he does not have like all the accolades per se to like justify him being on this list.
But it's just like, that was the argument I was gonna say, because I was gonna just ask you, like, what really has Anthony Davis done besides being an athlete, a stretch five or a stretch four? Like, what
I'll
has he
say
done besides being that?
I'll say this in this regard to Anthony Davis. Like this is the Shaquille O'Neal slot. He got the Shaquille O'Neal's position this year. Because I remember when the 50th anniversary team came out, I was like, what, 6 years old? And Shaq was on the team, and Shaq only played like 3 years in the NBA. 3 full seasons in the NBA when that list came out. So basically, if you look at Shaq post when the list came out, that's when he won the MVPs. He won 4 championships, 3 finals MVPs with the Lakers. So I feel like Anthony Davis, like him having a spot on this team right now, it's kind of like they're basically foreshadowing what he's supposed to do for the rest of his career, in a sense. So
But
that's how I look at it. But his spot right now is questionable, considering like some of the names that are not on this list. But basically, he's one of those names that I'm not gonna argue saying nah. Like out of all the names, like he's the one that's the most questionable because he's not.
I mean, it's definitely. I think for me, it raises an eyebrow. That's like just to question, like, why is he here? Like, because even when I was going through the list and I looked at his name, I was like, why? I was just like, it's not to say that he's not good or he's not good enough to be here. It's just, I don't know. Like you said, I don't think he's done enough, or his accolades, he doesn't have enough accolades just yet to be in that position. So,
Yeah.
hmm.
Next player, Dave the Butcher. He played for the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. He won 2 championships with the Knicks. 8-time All-Star, career 16 points per game, score 11 rebounds per game, less than 3 assists per game. Um, I'll say in this regards with Dave the Butcher, like I think that his spot could be up for grabs because I just feel like with the influx of talent that came in post him, there's been plenty of players that has put up much better numbers and has just as great accolades. I feel like Chris Bosh should have his spot
Yeah, Chris
because Chris
Bosh when he
Bosh
played
is
for the
on this team.
Raptors was a menace. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Chris.
he won a couple of chips with the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
So I feel like Chris Bosh, I'll take him over Dave the Butcher. So Dave the Butcher, I know he made the 50th anniversary team as well, but I feel like like I said, this influx of new talent, I just feel like his spot should definitely be swapped for somebody else. You
Clyde to
know,
slide.
Claude the slot. You mean Claude the glide?
I'm 21, man. Let me have this. Like, I'm 21. I can mess up. I didn't see this nigga play. I just remember my dad would always talk about Clyde the Glide Drexler. My
Yeah,
dad would not. My dad. I know. I only know big men because my dad always talked about so like Clyde Drexler, Hakeem
Claude
Olajuwon,
Drexler. He's definitely it. Tim Duncan, greatest
for
power forward
sure.
of all time. Kevin Durant,
Best player
definitely.
right now. Yes.
Dr. J, definitely.
Patrick Ewing.
You're definitely. Walt
Yeah.
Clyde Frazier, definitely. Kevin Garnett, definitely. George
Hakeem.
Gervin, definitely one of the greatest scorers of all time. Master of the finger roll. Hal Greer, yeah. James Harden, yeah. John Havlicek, yeah. Elvin Hayes, yeah. Allen Iverson, yeah. Magic Johnson, yeah. Sam Jones, Celtics legend, yeah. MJ, yeah. Jason Kidd, yeah. Kawhi Leonard, yeah.
Another Anthony. Oh, wow, that was a slow yeah.
Yeah, because I had to think because he's very injury prone.
But
He's
he's
injury prone.
influential because he did take my Raptors to a
He
championship.
is.
He literally
He is.
changed the whole trajectory of the Raptors in one season and then left.
He changed two trajectory because like this man, he's supposed to be the franchise player for the San Antonio Spurs. They haven't made the playoffs since he left. He was a Finals MVP with the Spurs. Basically, put a halt to to a potential Miami Heat three-peat. And like you said, he's 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 a 1 year Toronto legend
He
because he
really
brought them
like
their chip.
man, because everyone was looking like because when he left, we were like, oh yeah, he can retire as the number two. And I mean, like I don't
Definitely
think
not.
anyone would really be mad about that because like, yo, he took a year. Again, San Antonio, they put him in Toronto because they thought, oh, we're gonna put him in the worst position possible, and this nigga fuck around and win a championship. Like he wasn't even like trying. He's just like, oh, okay, and he just won a championship and then left. So yeah, he's low key a Toronto legend. Like he's not even low key, like high key. Like he's only Raptor
Yeah.
to get a chip. But
So I say Kawhi, like it was a slow year, but looking back at it, like if he never plays another game in this league, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Definitely a Hall of Fame
yeah,
talent. So and if Dave the Butcher is here, then Kawhi needs to be here too.
oh for sure.
Karl Malone, definitely. Yeah, Moses Malone, who's the better Malone between the two Malones. They're not related. But Moses
Wow.
Malone, yeah. Pistol Pete Maravich, one of the coldest white dudes ever playing in the NBA. Like they got like all these crazy behind the back passes and all that. Pistol Pete, he was the first to doing that shit.
So he was basically white chocolate before white chocolate. Gotcha.
Exactly. Oh, shout
Gotcha.
out to you for knowing who White Chocolate Jason Williams is.
Bro, I go like his jersey was hard. Cuz wore 55 and it was like purple and black with the Kings. That jersey was
Yeah,
hard. And cuz he do the elbow pat. I know a little bit. I may be 21, but I know something. I'm not I'm not a disillusional
yeah.
21-year-old
And
or something.
you corrected me with Paul Arizon. Like you said, he played for the Warriors, and you was right. So
Again,
there you
shout
go.
out 2K. They doing the real work.
Bob McAdoo, most definitely. Kevin McHale, one of the sickest post moves. So definitely deserves to be on. George Mikan, one of the first great Laker legends, even though he did with the Minneapolis Lakers, but he's one of the first great Lakers big men, so he deserves to be here. Reggie Miller, I was cool with Reggie Miller being on this list at first until a player who's like a perfect comparison to him wasn't. But since I'm basically redoing this list, and if my guy, who I think is a better Reggie Miller is not on this list, who I'm gonna put on this list, I feel like the original should also be on this list. So Reggie Miller should be on. He's on my list, my new list. But for this list, I would have took Klay Thompson over him because Klay Thompson is a better Reggie Miller than Reggie Miller. I
Would
know
you
Reggie
say
Miller.
would you say Klay Thompson's more efficient? Not, I wouldn't say efficient, but do you think consistent or like what?
No,
I think what for
I'm not.
you makes him a little bit better than Reggie Miller.
Well, I'll say about Reggie Miller. Like Reggie Miller, he has some crazy moments. I remember this dude scored like what 12 points, 50 points, like 8 seconds or some shit. Where he played,
Yeah.
they played
Oh
against
yeah,
the
yeah,
Knicks.
yeah,
Like, like he had some crazy moments, but also Tracy McGrady had crazy moments too. And he's not on this list.
yeah. I was like T Mac ain't on here.
But the reason why I say Klay Thompson is a better Reggie than Reggie, because Klay Thompson could get hot just as easy as Reggie. Like this man, Klay Thompson scored 60 points in 3 quarters with less
That's
than
not
15
easy.
dribbles.
That's not easy. Like you just catch and shoot. Like
And this man basically, because remember, Warriors played the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. This man saved their season, and basically, literally played a part in KD leaving OKC to jump to Golden State the very next season.
because OKC was up 3-1, and then Klay Thompson had that. Damn. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Drop a.
But so yeah, I'll say Reggie, you deserve a spot for being a pioneer of like the 3 point assassin. But I'm not happy the fact that Klay Thompson's not on this list. So that's what I'll say. Earl the Pearl Monroe definitely deserves to be here. Steve Nash definitely deserves. My guy Dirk Nowitzki, the greatest European player in NBA history. Well, until Giannis Antetokounmpo came along. But Dirk definitely deserves to be on. Hakeem, greatest center ever, definitely. Shaq, deserve it. Robert Parrish. So the thing with Robert Parrish is he's kind of like the Cal Ripken of basketball. It's so, and what I mean by that is like kind of like he's like an Iron Man because he plays so many seasons. Like the man literally started his career in the 70s and his career ended towards the end of the 90s. That's how long he played. And
Yeah, he a different breed.
yeah, and he was a great player for sure. But shout out to him for his longevity. But I think that I could come up with some other names that could take his spot. But for right now, I say he's good because he's not the most glaring name that like, oh my god, like this dude, he gotta get off of it. Like he's not that. But I just feel like he's got the recognition that he has, just the fact that he played over 20 years in the NBA more than anything else.
Okay.
Chris Paul, yeah, you know how I feel about Chris Paul. But
We know.
he definitely deserves to be here. He definitely deserves to be here. Gary Payton, the glove, definitely. Bob Pettit, one of the original Hawk legends. He deserves to be here. Paul Pierce, the truth. I know people like to clown on Paul Pierce for his takes and all that, and how he got fired from ESPN from the whole IG live shit. But Paul Pierce was literally the truth. Like, so he definitely deserves to be here. Oscar Robertson, the original Mr. Triple Double. He's here. He deserves. He's on the 50th anniversary team. He's on the 75th anniversary team. He deserves to be here. David Robinson, he definitely deserves to be on this list. Basically, he was a bridge between George Gervin and Tim Duncan in regards to like Spurs legends. So he deserves to be here. Dennis Rodman. I have a problem with Dennis Rodman being here, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Dennis Rodman is basically just the a superstar role player. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna have Dennis Rodman here, then you have to have Ben Wallace as well. And Ben Wallace is not
I
on
was
this list
gonna, I was literally thinking about Ben Wallace, like that. Ben Wallace isn't here. I literally was thinking about that, like when we were talking, like
because
talking through these.
because Rodman wasn't a scorer. He wasn't a scorer. He was just a tremendous, tremendous rebounder.
He was athletic
Tremendous.
hustler. That's what he was.
Exactly.
An athletic hustler was. That's what Dennis Rodman was.
Yeah, that was his archetype. And his highest points per game was 11.6, and that was his sophomore year at 87, 88. So he's a crazy rebounder, crazy like you gotta give him that. He's a crazy
Oh
rebounder.
no,
Like
for
dude,
sure. He'll
like
get you
dude,
boards.
Yeah, like dude almost averaged like 20 boards a game. Like that's unheard of. But
That's
especially like just imagine if he was playing today, like how the game is more fast
he
paced,
would
there's
have
more possessions.
he would have so many technical fouls.
Like it's crazy. But if Dennis Rodman's gonna be on this list, then how can you not have Ben Watts? How can you not have Draymond Green? Who are
I
also
would, yeah, no,
great
Draymond Green's
role
a stretch.
players.
I wouldn't put Draymond Green there. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. And he's
How
won championships, and I wouldn't
yeah.
even put Draymond Green there.
Draymond's a two-time defensive player of the year.
I just don't like players like Draymond Green. Is just sometimes I just question. It's just like he has his purpose.
Three-time champ.
No, Draymond Green just play. He plays well in his purpose. Like what he's supposed. He does. He's really good
And
at
that's
doing what
and,
he's supposed to do.
and that's what Dennis Rodman did. He played well in his purpose. He perfected his role.
Hmm. I don't
So
know. Draymond Green in Team 75. That doesn't even sound right to me. But
Bill Russell definitely prototypical winner. He deserves to be. Dolce. Let me look up Dolce, see how he compares to like today's NBA. I definitely know who he is. He played for a team that's don't even exist anymore. The Syracuse. What? Like, hold on, there's a basketball team called Syracuse back in the day? The Syracuse Nationals.
oh,
There we
I
go.
think they're probably
Uh,
the ABA. I think
No,
possibly.
they were NBA franchise. Before there was the Philadelphia 76ers, they were the Syracuse Nationals.
Oh gosh.
So that's how the Philly they came to. Oh yeah, he definitely his numbers still hold up. Highest career average was 57-58. He had 24.9 points per game. Shot 90% from the free throw line. So yeah. Oh wait, no, hold on. He's a bad shooter. He's a bad shooter because his career shooting percent was 38%.
Shooting
High
percentage from the field.
shooting, yeah, was 38%.
God,
Highest field goal percent was 40.1%. So he was basically a chucker.
that man said,
So
"Fuck it, we ball." Like literally.
so I understand like it was like he was just like a product of his time and all that, but a guy with that bad of a field goal percent, like how could you have him on the list? So for Dolce, I'll swap him out for like Vince Carter. Because Vince Carter was one like he's very impactful, had one of the greatest slam dunk contest performances. He basically put Toronto basketball on the map, so
That's
I'll
true.
swap I'll swap Dolce for Vince Carter. Bill
Yeah.
Sharman, another guy from the 50s and the 60s. He played from 1951 to 1961 with the Boston Celtics. 8-time All Star, 4-time NBA champ, 7-time All NBA. I'll say yeah, his spot is a career 18 points per game score. So yeah, he's good. He's a shooting guard during the Bill Russell era. John Stockton, one of the greatest pure point guards of all time, definitely deserving. Isaiah Thomas, the only man to basically beat Jordan in his prime in the playoffs. So one of the kings, one of the honestly, he's still the greatest Detroit Pistons of all time. So definitely Zeke, he deserves to be here. Nate Thurman, one of the original Warrior greats, he's deserving. Wes Unseld. Now the thing with Wes Unseld, he's like a career 10 points per game scorer. But with Unseld, he's kind of like Boogie Cousins before Boogie Cousins in the sense that he was like your prototypical passive big man. Kind of like how what you see today with Nikola Jokic and all and Domantas Sabonis and those dudes. That was Wes Unseld back in the day.
Okay.
But he wasn't really much of a scorer. But I would swap him out though. I'll swap him out in place of someone like Chris Webber, who I think deserves to be here, and he wasn't on this list for some odd reason. C Webb was not mentioned, and that dude was nothing short of just a winner. He won in Golden State back when like during the Run TMC days when that team was broken up. He led them to the playoffs his rookie year. He goes to the Washington when they was not the Washington Bullets. He leads them to the playoffs. He goes to the Sacramento Kings, leads them to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs really, although they did make it in 2006, and he was away from the team by then. But
It's
they
been a
weren't really
minute.
they weren't really like a perennial playoff contender until after C Webb left. So I would swap West Unseld for C Web. D Wade, no question, hands down, he deserves to be here.
Flash.
Bill Walton, I have a problem with Bill Walton to be on this list, and it's due to the fact that he was often injured. Now, are you familiar with Greg Oden, young blood?
Yeah, I know who Greg
Right.
Oden is.
Bill Walton's basically like Greg Oden in a sense. Although he played more games than Greg Oden, had more success in the league than Greg Oden, but he kind of like had that injury label, kind of what like everybody's
Kawhi.
like, um, no, I won't say Kawhi because like even Bill Walton his best day wasn't as good as Kawhi Leonard, but Walton missed like several seasons due to injury, and then he had to basically transition to be like a role player on the '86 Celtics, to like keep his career going. And I know he won like a league MVP, part of one first and only Trailblazer championship team, but the man's scored less than 10,000 points in his career. So it's like he's basically altered this off of like what he could have been. And I feel like there's better centers. Like you could have easily put Dwight Howard in his spot because Dwight Howard has the accolades. Like, yeah, Howard's a role player right now, but D12 during the Orlando days, that was something special.
Yeah,
And the,
Dwight.
and the,
Yeah, Dwight
and
Howard.
and the Magic haven't been the same since. So since he left, so I would definitely swap out Bill Warren for Dwight Howard. Jerry West, the logo, definitely deserving. Russell Westbrook, he's deserving.
No, wait,
Let,
wait, 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 wait. I don't think Russ. Is it just because he averages a triple double like once or twice or one or two seasons? Like the only
nah,
reason why he's there.
he did it 4 times.
Wait, that nigga did that shit 4 seasons,
Yeah.
and he averaged a triple. Okay, yeah, that nigga. Okay, he shut me the fuck up. All right, yeah, no, that nigga deserves to be there. Because for a minute, I'm like, okay, he did it once or twice. Okay, I thought he
Nah,
just did like once or twice.
no, he did it 4 times.
Oh yeah, nah, my bad, Russell. You earned your spot. My bad.
And and he's the all-time triple doubles leader in NBA
Oh
history.
yeah, he got it.
No player has more. So yeah, Russ he definitely deserves. Lenny Wilkins. Um, I think of Lenny Wilkins. I think of him more as a coach than as a player. But he was a pretty solid point guard. He's definitely a solid point guard. So I don't have nothing against Lenny Wilkins be on this list. Dominique Wilkins definitely deserves to be here. And James Worthy, who was basically like a co-star to Magic Johnson during the Showtime era. Yeah, he's deserving. But yeah, the main guys I had a problem with were Bill Sharman, Bill Walton, and Dave DeBuscher. And I basically said I would put Chris Webber in those spots, Dwight Howard in those spots. I know I said Vince Carter, but you know what? Fuck that. I'll put Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson, that was the name that I was basically like him and D12, Dwight Howard. Those were the two names that I was kind of like
They should be
the
on
most
here.
adamant about. Like, yeah, they should definitely be on this list. So Vince Carter, he was a star in Toronto. Even a star in the early days with the New Jersey Nets, but his career quickly faded off because the fact that it seemed like he did not care much about the game after a certain point. He did not have to work ethic. They always say that Vince Carter was just as good as Kobe, just as good. He just didn't work hard
He
as
wasn't
hard
a
as Kobe.
hooper.
He didn't
Just
work as
wasn't a
hard as
hooper.
Kobe. Tracy McGrady was just as good as Kobe. He just couldn't stay healthy, you know. But yeah. But Chris Bosh, Dwight Howard, and Klay Thompson. Those are the three names that I feel like should be on this list. That weren't.
See, the
And
thing
I could
about
also make a case for C Web.
this list, this shit not for me. Like this shit not for like kids my age or like 21. Because our generation of basketball isn't history yet. If that makes any sense. Like our generation of what we view as like what I grew up watching is still being played now. Like it's still being
Yeah.
currently played. So I don't. I think like in another 20 years, like Team 95, then I feel like
Team
I can
100.
Team
100.
100 probably.
Yeah, every
I
25
think
years.
yeah, 25 years. I'll definitely have more of a conversation with that because like, I watched Kobe play, I watched LeBron play, I watched this nigga play. Like I'll probably have a better, but you said a lot of names, and I'm looking at a lot of names. I do not know these niggas. Like that's why for this whole segment I've just been quiet listening because I don't know these niggas. Like I only know a
I had to
few of
put the
them.
team on back though.
Yeah, like I don't know who. I never heard of Dave Bing. Dave Dubursher. I didn't know that
He
nigga.
played for
Like
the Knicks
yeah, so there's
before
like
office in New York. The
so it's like
mayor.
if unless like unless you're a young kid that really was into basketball, you'll probably fuck with this. But like I mean I'm really into basketball, but like yeah, nah. Like I know Johnson. I know like the notables, but like yeah, nah, dog. This is more for y'all.
But you know what's crazy? Like think of the names that you could make a case for that didn't make it. Like
Like
Paul
T
George
Mac.
did not make it.
Yeah.
You
Paul
know, T
George,
Mac didn't
T
make it.
Mac.
Some people have a problem with Dame making it.
I don't.
Uh, no, I don't because I don't either because Dame has been a part of like so many iconic moments, especially during the playoffs. Like hit so many big shots.
He's
You know,
prevalent
so
in the culture in the NBA. Like he's
exactly.
prevalent. Like yeah, Dame deserves that. I don't think I don't know. Like you said, if if DeBuscher can be here, what the fuck Dame Lillard can't be here?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, like even like something like Dave Bing, like I'm like although I didn't advocate for Dave Bing to be off the list due to like his impact that he has on the city of Detroit, but like Joe Johnson, you can make a case for Joe Johnson
I
being
I
on this
showed Joe.
top 75, you know, so that's another possible name. But like I said, Chris Bosh, Dwight Howard, Klay Thompson, those are like the main three that I go hard for, and also like and C Web as well, because C Web like can't be disrespecting C Web so much, man. Because it should have took him that long, even to this long to even get into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. You know, so put some respect on C Web's name. But now that that's out of the way, let's think of it like this, right? With this whole 70th anniversary, because I'm not sure they're gonna honor all these players during All Star Weekend, like like the All Star like the 75th anniversary jackets and all. Because I know they did that for the 50th anniversary. But let's say for instance, you're at an All Star game, you had the opportunity, like so like let's say a player like throws their jacket to like the audience, or they leave their jacket behind accidentally, right? And you have the opportunity, you're there, you pick it up, like and security comes to you like, oh, like such and such want their jacket back. Like, what basically would you offer up, in exchange to get the jacket?
Offer up to get the jacket.
Yeah,
So I'm the player, or am I the person that has the jacket?
you're the person that has the jacket. Let's say you're sitting courtside, right?
Got you.
And the player, the legend, just had like their jacket. You're almost sure they'll wear it, but they had their jacket behind their seat, and then they just accidentally
They
left it.
left. Okay. Um, I wouldn't. I'm not stingy. I think I would just probably want some like I guess some sign. It depends on who the player is though. Like that's the thing. Like I said, if it's a nigga I don't know, like Dave Bing, I'm like, all right, you can have the shit. I don't know who that nigga is. If it's like I'm dead ass, like I don't know who this nigga is. Okay, cool. But if it's like Isaiah Thomas or Michael Jordan or like Clyde Drexler, like if it's one of those,
Okay, what if it's what if it's an athlete that you know but you don't like?
know that I don't like, oh, I'm keeping it.
No, you
If
know, but you don't like them.
if I don't
Like
like
for
you, I'm
me,
keeping it out of spite. I'm keeping it out of spite because it's just like I don't like you, but if you want it, you have to come off of something. Like that's how I look at it. If I don't like you and I got your jacket, you gonna have to come off of something. Like you gonna have to. He gonna run me a Bitcoin. He gonna run me something. And to
now,
run
cause the
me a
reason,
bag.
now, 'cause the reason why I say this is because it's not so much related like in regards to NBA because I'll because like I wouldn't like there's not many players in the NBA that I despise or anything like that. Even
Chris
Chris Paul.
Paul.
I wouldn't say I despise Chris Paul. I just say that his values, his career is overrated. Like in regards to him being like a leader, I just don't see it in him. But and this was the NFL. Cause I have several players that I do not like. One of them being Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, Tom Brady threw his 600 career touchdown pass this past Sunday to Mike Evans in their win against the Chicago Bears. And Mike Evans unknowingly gave the ball to a fan. And the fan thinking like, oh, damn, that shit happened
We're gonna
live.
edit that out. Bless you.
Thank you. But the fan had the ball. I'm probably thinking, oh shit, I got Tom Brady 600 touchdown pass. Like it's lit. I'm gonna go on eBay. I'm gonna sell this, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Maybe try to turn this shit into like an NFT or some shit. Right? He's saying like he's good, but then like a Tampa Bay representative came. I'm like, hey, like Tom Brady wants that ball. And I know, like originally they said that the fans supposed to get like some team merchandise and I think a $1,000 gift card for the
I know
team store
exactly
and shit.
what he was offered because I saw it. Like, I think they said he was gonna have 2 signed Tom Brady jerseys, 1 signed Mike Evans jersey, a signed helmet from Tom Brady, $1,000 like gift, $1,000 to like go get anything at like the Buck store,
Yeah,
2 season tickets, and 1 Bitcoin from Tom Brady, all for the football.
do you think that's worth it?
It's definitely not worth it. I think. Well, okay, and yes and no. Like, is it worth it financially? No, because that ball over the years is probably gonna be worth like $1 million. So financially speaking, no, it really wasn't worth it. But morally, it's just like, I mean, yeah, like you went to a game and accidents happen, shit happens. You just want to go watch the game, and now you got 1 Bitcoin, hella shit.
Yeah,
You're probably a Bucks fan,
a Bitcoin right now as we speak is at 60,000
so he's
and
good. He's up
419. So
he up 60K. He didn't even do nothing. He just was at the right place at the right time. So I mean, is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, again, it's Tom Brady. You're a Bucks fan, so obviously you don't want to be an asshole. You obviously like Tom Brady, so it's like, yeah, I think it was worth it. And plus, it's like, the fuck, like just give it back. Like it's just like, nigga, like you're still at the stadium. Like if he left and they did try to go track this nigga down to go get it, that's one thing. But you stayed. It's like you're still here. So
man,
yeah, like
if I would have got that ball, I would have jetted right out the stadium
everyone said the same thing on Twitter. I would have dipped. I mean, I
immediately.
would have dipped too. If that was what I got, it's like, yo, it's official. Yeah, I can verify it. Bro, you put that in a safe somewhere. You don't open it till like that nigga retires or some shit. And then it's like shit adjusted price. So yeah, nah, he definitely should have dipped. But I feel like now he's like, man, I should have left. He's just like
Yeah,
sitting back in his house.
because like yeah, like one Bitcoin, like yeah, Bitcoin right now the most is worth over 60K. But ain't like although like we're expecting Bitcoin to continue to go up, but like right now Bitcoin is moving sideways. And this man, he probably don't know much about investing.
Man, honestly,
One
it
thousand
just
dollars
get
in the
it
team
just
store,
get a nigga.
man, that's like 3 items.
A jersey, $100 some. You
You
can't even
know,
get a
like
jersey for like, yo, yeah, that's crazy. But the thing is, why would they give him the store credit when he's getting memorabilia? Like he's already getting like authenticated ass memorabilia. So what the
thank you.
fuck is the point of this? Like, I already have like 3 of these jerseys, and I'm getting
Yeah,
2 side ones
like
and one
he's getting like autographed jerseys from Mike Evans, Tom
game
Brady,
worn
autograph helmet.
jerseys. Like
Like, but the ball is worth more.
the ball right now probably worth like half a mil, like right now. And this man gets it. I mean, like I said, yes and no. Like financially speaking, no, it's not worth it because obviously that ball in the future is gonna be worth probably a smooth million, if not a couple million. But I guess morally is like, yeah, I guess it was worth it because I came to a game with nothing and I left with 60K for doing nothing and hello 2 season tickets to the team I like. So I mean, I guess so.
I
But
mean,
some
with
niggas
that
have
60K,
morals. Some niggas don't care.
yeah, with that 60K, who knows? He could cash it out. If he don't know much about Bitcoin, he could just
I'll
cash that
cash it
shit
out.
up.
Yeah, because you don't
So
know about Bitcoin. No, you gotta cash out and buy some Ethereum or Ethereum. I don't know how to say it, but that one. But yeah,
Ethereum. I think it's Ethereum. I don't know.
that was Ethiopia. One of them shits.
Yeah, we might do a podcast in the future. Like, 'cause I'm working on some spin-off content. So one of them we have in mind is regards to like financial literacy, and because I'm kind of inspired by like the Wall Street Trapper, Earn Your Leisure. All the these black men that's like promote like financial freedom and how to go about it like without like not slaving throughout the whole 9 to 5 process. Like how to invest in crypto, learn how to invest in stocks,
And
trade
here's
it
the
by
thing
net
about
option,
that.
trade it forex. So
And here's the thing about that. Forex is a scam. But here's the thing about
no,
that.
no, no, no. It's not a scam. It's not a
Forex
scam.
niggas,
You gotta be
nah,
careful. You gotta be careful with the MLMs
no,
though.
cause
The
no, you're not gonna
MLMs.
do this. Cause Forex niggas, I hate them niggas. Cause they always say, yo, you work at Target, your life is ass. I'm like, nigga, you don't got a car. We in the same. I'm in the same position as you. Forex niggas, they gave y'all niggas a bad rap. But financial literacy, I
I
think,
was in
is
that.
important. And I think what people don't understand is like a 9 to 5, for me at least. Well, I guess a 9 to 5 for me, I like it because it's consistent. I like consistent money because then if I have a consistent stream of income, I can take that and like calculate, take that and then invest it into this and do this. And then like if I have a hobby that I enjoy that turns into something that's profitable, that 9 to 5 can somewhat fund these other things. So I think people 9 to 5s have a bad rap. Like if you have a white collar 9 to 5, like if you're like a software engineer somewhere, if you're like a white collar 9 to 5 that pays pretty decent, dog, you get health benefits. Insurance in the States, I don't know who if you're listening to this outside of the country, but in the United States, insurance isn't cheap. Healthcare isn't cheap. None of this is cheap. This is not free. So to be with a corporation or a company that pays for that, that's a lot that you now don't have to pay for. But people don't think about that because they see 9 to 5 and it doesn't say entrepreneur and they lose their mind. It's just like,
I
all
would
right.
say if everybody's an entrepreneur, then where's all the employees at? You know what I mean? Like
Everyone doesn't want to be a boss. Like I know this is not a
it's
financial.
not meant for everybody.
I know it's not a financial podcast,
But
but
hey,
I'm a
we're giving them a sneak preview in regards to what they can
this is
expect
not a
from
financial
that.
podcast, but it is out of bounds. Out of bounds is for everything, not sports, but relationships and everything. There's a lot of shit that can be out of bounds and can get technicals for. What technical is this? I don't. What technical is niggas that think everyone gotta be a boss? Because if we're all a boss,
That's not a
like
tech.
you said, who's going to
I agree with
work
that.
at these places? Like literally, some people want to live a life where they're just comfortable and they can just exist and be comfortable, and that's fine. Like everyone doesn't want to wear Gucci. Everyone doesn't want to have 25 cars. Like some people just really want to at least make a smooth 60 to 70,000, be middle class, and just enjoy their lives. And I can
And that's
respect that
cool. And that's cool.
because yo, I'm chilling. I can get a boat. I can go be with my family. I can go on a boat. We can go on trips. Like we're good. Like it is what it is. Like I just so happen to like clothes. I like fashion. I like clothes. I like shoes, and I like cars, and I like certain things that like yeah, I may need a little bit more money for these things, but a lot of people don't want to be a boss, and I respect it because everyone's not made to be a boss. Like everyone's just not. Everyone's not. Everyone's not built to be a boss. It's just I'm just not gonna break my back for nothing. I think that's how I look at it. It's like I'm not gonna be a boss, but you're not gonna exploit me either. So there you go.
There you go. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just a sneak preview of the type of
Oh my
content that you
god.
can expect because of a podcast that focus solely on financial literacy. It's not gonna be like the typical beer that you get from all around. Like say like, oh, like do this and do that. Like this is the mindset that you need to have. We're gonna give you the full perspective. Like, hey, like this is the reality of the situation. And although yeah, you might be working 9 to 5, but that does not have to be like only thing that you're known for. Like what you can be doing with that 9 to 5 money, to create supplemental income on the side, So these are all things that you can expect. But
No, yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
I'd rather have an accountant. Like, see, I was type of nigga like, yo, I just want an accountant, or not an accountant. I just want a personal like accountant to tell me like, yo, this is what you're doing. Like, all right, cool. Like, what should we do? Like, I mean, I'm gonna be educated on it, but it's like I
And I'm glad
always
and I'm glad you said that you want to be educated about it because my thing is this. It's cool starting off to basically have like an accountant, like somebody that's like like keeping track of your books and all that. But at the end of the day, if I'm paying somebody to do that, I want to learn how to do it myself.
Yeah, I think
That's
eventually,
why.
but I think the starting out process,
Yeah,
because
starting out, but
I'm
like
such
over
a,
time.
because I know for me, I'm a visual learner. So it's like I go into my account's office and like we sit down, we go over the books, and he tells me, like, yo, we should invest in this, this, and this, and I think this would be good for your investments or whatever, whatever. I think after like a year or two of that, and I start to educate myself, like, all right, cool, it's been real. Thank you. I think I got him here. That's how I look at it. Starting off in my career, like
Yeah,
my
it should
professional
be.
career,
That's
definitely
it takes
having like,
training with though.
just and it's just education. I think niggas just like, yeah, just invest. And I think for me, I mean, sneakers are an investment for me. Like, really, when you think about it now, I mean, nowadays, anything can be really an investment because it's like niggas is reselling sneakers. Well, if you're not a reseller, that's like OP. But if you have sneakers that are just, you have some low key heat from back in the day in your closet, like some dunks or something that are still in good condition, you can resell those for a pretty penny. So it's like
Yeah.
anything is somewhat of investment when you look at it that way. So, I collect cameras. I like cameras. I have a lot of Japanese cameras that I shoot with and I use. And I know when I get older, I may keep a lot of them, or I may be like, I don't really want this. It's still in good condition. It was an investment. So who knows?
There you go. There you go. But you guys, like I said, you want this type of content in the future. Like I got my guy Kalo, that's part of the True Culture family, cooking up something. So stay tuned for that. But we reached the point of the show, like, damn, we went about like an hour, and like 6 minutes and going. So who knew we would get so much content out of like 3 topics? You know what I
Hey
mean?
man, like I said, it's what we do, man. It's what we be
That's what
doing.
we do. That's what we do. But I, my brother, plug yourselves, man. Let everybody know where they can find your
Hey
social media,
man.
what you're working on, all that good stuff.
You can find me on all social medias if y'all don't know. Austin on everything. TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp. I don't know, whatever WhatsApp is. But every social media platform is just Austin. And I'm working on season one, trying to wrap up off the racks of season one. Getting everything ready for that. And then I'm probably gonna have some articles for the fall time. Make sure y'all cozy this winter. Make sure your girl don't
Yes,
take your
sir.
hoodies. I got y'all. We finna get some fall essentials popping, some articles, and yeah, that's really about it. So that's all I got.
Hey man, that's great. And in regards to author racks, you guys might think like, oh my god, when the next episode? Listen, slow and steady wins the race. See, we're all about quality over here, not
Yeah,
quantity. So we go put something out. We want to make sure that it's top quality. Like,
yeah,
so that's what we aiming for. I know the man in the middle, Mr. Donnie. Do not call me Donovan Wilkins. Is not here this week, but you guys can find him at Donnie D. Dot ONNIE. I think I hope that's how it
he
is.
said, "I hope I spelled that right." I don't
If
know.
not, because I can't see for sure. I ain't got my glasses on right now. But if I'm wrong, then y'all can read.
Fuck.
Y'all can read. It's right there. And as for me, you can find me at Liddell the Fashionista. I'm also the moderator on the True Culture IG page. So you want to inquire in regards to like event coverages, if you're an artist and then you want interviews, holla at me. You're an artist and you have like a show, you want some coverage for it, holla at me. If you're trying to like promote an event and you want like a sponsorship package with us, holla at me. You want to be blasted on the front page of our website that gets over 1 million hits per month and averages about over 32,000 weekly visitors. Holla at me, and we'll just go from there. All right, but this has been Out of Bounds. Wait, hold on. Before we go, because I know we spoke about the Arizona Cardinals earlier. Thursday night football, Packers Cardinals. Who you got?
You know what color we wearing tonight?
Well,
Arizona
you're
red.
wearing red, and I'm wearing green.
Hey, like I said, tonight we rocking with Arizona. My boy Kyler Murray out there in Arizona. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. That's my guy, Kyler Murray.
All right, I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. That bad, like seriousness. So he's a bad man. I'm gonna go with that bad man. Aaron Rodgers is going to Packers, man. So
All
I think
right,
I'll get
all
that
right.
dub. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that you enjoyed this week's edition of Out of Bounds. Day 3 wasn't in full effect this week, but you know what? two to make that thing go right. You know what I'm saying? So until next week, we'll holler at y'all. Peace.